Hey, hi ho, and howdy everybody, my name is Shannon Ultra, and welcome to another itty bitty bit of Pokemon Ultra Sun Ultra Moon news. It's not a lot, it is, would be seeing us do a 40-minute video on this one? Nope, no siree doo-dah. We just have a couple little things to go over. They put out a new trailer, I believe it was yesterday. I'm sad I only got around to it today, as, my sleep schedule is the worst. But yeah, new trailer came out and a little bit of new information. Nothing too major. Really, there's only like two things. And really that's, as you'll most likely be seeing on screen right now, is we finally got the typings and abilities for the two Necrozma forms being, well, it's the same typings as normal Lunala and Solgaleo, so there's nothing too terribly crazy up there. Something that's kind of interesting though is apparently Necrozma has a new move. I believe it was Photon Geyser. From what I understand, the move, from what I have here on Cerebi, yep, I'm gonna take a look just to make sure I'm correct. Yeah, so Necrozma's Photon Geyser attacks compare its attack stat and its special attack stat and uses whichever one is larger for damage, which kind of makes sense, because Solgaleo is Solgaleo is much more of a physical attacker and Lunala is much more of a special attacker, so it kind of makes sense that Necrozma in these forms would have an ability, or a move in this case, that allows it to make a use of those two radically different stats. Not only that, but we got information that, as with Komodo and our little boy Lycanroc, the legendaries are both getting signature Z moves. From what I understand, both Solgaleo and Lunala can use them, have access to them all the way. And not only that, but from what I understand, and for what they show in the trailer, Necrozma in his Duskmane form and his Dawn Wings form also has access to these Z moves. So that's kind of cool. It's a shared one between all of them, but it's not really shared between all of them because they're separate. Solgaleo, Lunala, whatever, you get my point. So Necrozma can use those Z moves off of Solgaleo and Lunala. Also, another quick thing that just got mentioned, I believe, by the Pokemon company on Twitter or whatever. It's just that Dawn Wings Necrozma has a significantly higher special attack stat than regular Lunala or Necrozma, and the opposite for attack on Duskmane. So it kind of makes sense if it's fusing two together. If it's anything like the Kyurem forms, it makes sense that they just get way fucking stronger. From what I understand, they have some ridiculous attack stats. So yeah, no, there's nothing too much there. The two different Z moves that Solgaleo and Lunala, Lucrozma, what's wrong with me? Lunala have is Solgaleo's is Searing Sunrays Smash. That's interesting. And Lunala's is Menacing Moonrays Maelstrom. And I'm sorry, Solgaleo, you know I like you. You're cool, but I'm gonna fight you if you think you can throw the word Maelstrom in there and that Smash is gonna even kind of compare. I'm sorry, but Lunala, you got nothing, Solgaleo. You roll up into a ball, you Sonic? I got laser beams with my Lunala, son. It's not even a contest at this point. So yeah, no, there's nothing too terribly big with that, but a couple new things, new move, confirmation on typings, also confirmation on abilities, which I forgot to mention, is the Necrozma forms maintain Necrozma's ability of Prism Armor, which makes sense. It's what's kind of latching onto Lunala and Solgaleo, so it would make sense that they would have their Prism Armor, because it's all over them. It makes sense. It's so smart. It makes sense though. So that's the big first thing, and the kind of interesting second thing is, in the previous generation, we got introduced to something called O-powers. Those little things you could just kind of, little power-ups you could just use on yourself or on your friends to boost encounter rates, money, healing, egg hatching, all these little kind of fun little extra things that could be useful to someone out there playing the game, especially if it's all like post-game stuff. Making eggs hatch quicker is always a nice thing, because boy, can that just absorb your entire goddamn life. It can. I want that shiny Dratini, goddamn it. Anyway, so that was a thing in the previous generation, but with the release of Sun and Moon, those seemingly kind of disappeared, and it seems like those are still gone. That being said, there's kind of a replacement. With Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, the Rotom Dex is getting kind of a cool buff in that you can raise its friendship, essentially. You can get it to bond with you over the course of the game more and more, and it allows you to effectively use what are kind of O-powers. It seems to feature, what was it, the Roto Lotto? You can't put those two words together. I know what it's supposed to sound like, but it doesn't sound right, son. Give me something that rhymes. The Roto Lotto, the Roto Lotto, which lets you get cool abilities to just use, and in the trailer of the show, using something that allows your eggs to hatch. Again, very much in the same vein of O-powers, so that's kind of really cool. The second thing is I assume when you max out that that friendship, or at least very high towards the top of it, Rotom allows you to use Z moves twice, which, considering you could only ever use one Z move per battle, which I never played competitive, so I can't speak for exactly how beneficial Z moves are. I've only ever used certain ones in certain situations. But I feel like that could be something that could be very interesting. It definitely add a different element to it. So that way, from what I understand, you should be able to use two separate Z moves. Use the same one twice. From what I understand, that's what we're getting anyway, and that's pretty cool. Again, I've never really gotten on board with Z moves yet, so I can't really speak to how good that will be. But it's a thing, and I assume that's something that transfers over to competitive and online and all that kind of stuff. It's definitely a thing in the main game, at the very least. So yeah, again, there was not a whole lot to talk about in this. I mean, they're like 2-minute long trailers, but like the vast majority of it is just watching Lunala eviscerate a Mimikyu and watching Solgaleo flipping, bopping, hopping around like Sanix. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, so that's all we got for now. I will talk to you again when there is more stuff to talk about. And by talk to you, I mean probably not, because no one talks to me. I'm a sad loser over here on the internet. But you know what? It's okay. That's okay, Shannon. It's all going to be okay. I'll see you guys in the next episode, whenever that happens to be a thing, and whenever there is some new Sun and Moon information. We're super close to it being here, like super close, like a month away exactly, almost. So yeah, no, it should be pretty cool. I'm excited. Tell me what you think about these new Z moves and the Rotom thingamadoo. I'm all about it. Also, upon rewatch, I really like Solgaleo's version of the Photon Geyser. It looks pretty dope. I'm loving it. I'm just gonna end the video. This is going on for far too long now.